Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. Thanks for taking the time out of your busy day to join us. I'm George Hamilton, Sales Director for Accesso, and we are here to talk about the latest technology for our ski clients. Before we get started, I'd like to go over a few items so you know how to participate in today's event. Your voices will be muted, but you will have the ability to type questions for us during this webinar. There will be a Q&A taken from your typed questions at the end of today's presentation, and we will address these at the end. All right, let's get started. At Accesso, we believe technology has the power to redefine the guest experience. Everything we do starts with thinking about the guest experience first. This helps us to simplify operations, improve guest satisfaction, and drive growth for our clients. We've been busy over the last few months making new additions to the core accesso Siriusware solution. Here's some of the areas that we will focus on today. One risk integration. Whenever you think waivers, lots and lots of paper generally come to mind. Well, we have solved that problem with an integration to OneRisk. Accesso Siriusware eCommerce calendar. This feature allows you to display your products in calendar format. Variable pricing can also be invoked, creating incentives to buy on days with better deals. Cart rule discounts. Automatically apply complex discounts like buy one, get one free when items are added to the cart. And last but not least, benefits and entitlements. Passes can be set up to provide unlimited benefits like 10% off purchases in the gift shop, free food and beverage items, and more. Benefits can be redeemed by simply scanning a pass or looking up a pass holder's name at the point of sale. Now let's take a minute to drill down into each one of these individually. First, we'll look at OneRisk integration. OneRisk offers complete electronic liability capture in a fully hosted environment. So retrieving a guest waiver is right at your fingertips should the need ever arise. And here's how it works. Remember, it can be used from any Siriusware sales point, self-entry station, and on your website. This is the liability tab on a guest record in Accesso Siriusware. Notice a new button to the right called Link Existing OneRisk Waiver. Press this to launch the OneRisk site. Here we see the waiver signed by John Wayne, and it is listed on the OneRisk site. Simply select the correct waiver to attach it to the guest record in Siriusware. This is what your customers will see when they accept a liability form online. This liability form is for Stephanie Horwath. And in our next screen, upon accepting the waiver, the customer will see this screen verifying their personal information, submission, and signature. Next, we'll talk about the Accesso Siriusware eCommerce calendar. This is an add-on feature that requires additional licensing fees. It allows you to move away from a more traditional list view to a user-friendly calendar-based display. You can display your content in calendar format. Plus, you can have as many different calendars as you like. They are all tied to individual items in the Accesso Siriusware product. These next two items go hand in hand. Use this tool to increase revenue on busy days and provide cost incentives for off-peak days. It also allows you to set alerts for limited inventory. You can highlight inventory that is getting ready to sell out. And in this slide, we have an example of the e-commerce calendar. Notice the variable pricing and alerts for low inventory levels. Next, let's talk about cart rule discounts. The system is now smart enough to recognize discounting opportunities across the entire cart without having to set up a combo for each individual scenario. This will make it possible to implement true buy one, get one free and other complex discounting. The system is very cashier friendly. No training is necessary for front-end staff. When the finalize button is selected, accesso Siriusware finds any available pricing discounts. The system does all of the work for you. It's very easy and simple to set up as well. We'll take a good look at this in the demo section of our presentation in just a few minutes. Here's an example of the cart rule discount screen. The system automatically applies the discount based on the items in the cart. The overlay tells the operator which discount was applied. Now let's talk a little bit about benefits and entitlements. Are you looking for ways to add more value and excitement to your season pass program? Now you can offer season pass holders free and discounted items that are stored electronically in their accesso Siriusware file. This will help you increase pass holder satisfaction. They're very easy to redeem. They can be redeemed by swiping the card or simply by looking up the pass holder by name. These rewards can be in season and on the fly. This is by no means a static program. You can continue to add more perks all year long to increase visits and boost pass value. It's results driven as well. You can immediately see which programs are most popular with our reporting features. And here we have a nice quote from our friend Amy Ferguson at Mammoth. Thanks a lot, Amy. That's it for all of our accesso Siriusware enhancements. Remember, we will circle back after the PowerPoint for a live demo on some of these items. Now, we're going to turn our attention over to a new and exciting way for your customers to purchase their tickets online and on mobile, accesso Passport. Why accesso Passport? One reason is reduced technical burden. Are you tired of maintaining your own web store in-house? accesso Passport is a fully hosted solution. We also have an award-winning interface. Our pages engage buyers with vivid imagery and flows that dramatically reduce abandonment rates. The system is mobile friendly. By 2019, global ticket purchases by mobile devices will reach $32 billion. Today, consumers expect a great mobile experience. Want to generate more revenue? Well, I'm sure each of you have shopped at Amazon at one point. Amazon is arguably the world's leading e-commerce site. Did you know that Amazon makes 35% of its revenue on cross-selling alone? We will show you some of these tools in accesso Passport in just a few minutes. And last but not least, 24/7 customer support for you and your e-commerce customers. Do you have limited technical resources? If you have a small technical team, you know how challenging it can be to manage your own web store. Our accesso Passport solution reduces the burden on your team by providing a fully hosted solution with regular updates backed by a team of talented developers, diligent quality assurance specialists, and expert IT support staff. With our team doing the heavy lifting to support your ticketing operations, your technical team is free to dedicate their time to those important projects at your resort. Award-winning interface. Your guests expect a lot from their online shopping experience. Our accesso Passport solution provides an award-winning e-commerce interface that makes a great first impression with your guests while helping your resort drive increased revenues. Our accesso Passport e-commerce solution allows you to deliver beautiful and intuitive shopping experiences for your guests on any device. So it's just as easy to plan their visit from a smartphone as it would be from their computer at home. All the same features and functionality that exist on your e-commerce store on desktop are also there on mobile and meet all the same stringent security standards to ensure a secure shopping experience for all of your guests. None of our products would be nearly as appealing if you had to get it all set up yourself. Luckily, our accesso Passport client support team is there to help you every step of the way with 24/7 client support and ongoing system monitoring. Whether you need some help getting your ticket packages set up for the season or adding a batch of new end users, our team is always there to help. There's a reason that top attractions like Six Flags, Ripley's, Merlin Entertainment, Cedar Fair, and many others utilize our platform. It delivers results, increasing online volume upwards of 30% in most cases. This translates to more revenue and less time building and maintaining a web store. Furthermore, our clients see real results. So what is the best way to measure if all the accesso Passport components we discussed thus far really make a difference? Again, the answer, tangible results. And you can see here, most of our clients will experience a 30% lift in online volume. We've sold over 30 million tickets on our platform, and we can bump your sales through mobile devices from 5 to 10%. So now that we've had an overview, let's see some of these features in action. So everyone, please bear with me. I'm going to pause the presentation for 1 second, and we're going to go over and log into an actual Siriusware sales point to begin the demo portion of our presentation. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is cart roll discounting. The best way to describe cart roll discounting is this. Our discounting capabilities just got a whole lot smarter. accesso Siriusware veterans out there know that in order to do a combo, you must place specific items together in a package. Here's what that looks like. The operator must select a specific button called combo meal, and the system adds up the components, giving an overall discount. In this case, we're going to have a hamburger, fries, and small soda make up the combo. So I'm going to go over here to my items, select combo meal. Here's my pre-configured combo with hamburger, fries, and medium soda. I have a modifier in here to add cheese, which I won't do. And when I say okay, it adds everything to the cart. So that is how most of our clients today do combos. But what if you have 10 types of sandwiches with a wide range of drink and side options that also qualify for this combo? Now you would have to define a button for each unique combo scenario. Well, cart roll discounts eliminates the need to do this, and here's how it works. So first, let me go ahead and I'll clear out the cart. And this time, instead of picking the combo meal, the cashier is going to simply select hamburger, French fries, and medium soda. Once I have all these components added to my sale and hit finalize, the system's now smart enough to go out, see that these 3 items qualify for the combo, and it puts an overlay up on the system telling the operator which discount is going to be applied. So you can see here, it looks like we're getting a 10% discount across the board for these 3 items, and you can see the discount amount of $1.70. So let's go ahead and finish this sale. I'll say okay, and we'll just print this receipt. Now, as we said before, this eliminates the need to define multiple combo meal buttons. And here's how that works. So if I went over here to grilled chicken sandwich instead of hamburger, hit fries and medium soda, and then finalize, it now knows that the grilled chicken sandwich also applies to that combo discount. So that's a little bit about the cart roll discount at a food and beverage station. I'm going to go ahead and clear this out, and we're going to take another look at a cart roll discount, but this time with ticketing. So this feature can be used at any type of sales point, not just food and beverage. Let's say you are running a promotion for 10% off if you spend more than $100 in a single transaction. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to add 2 adult tickets. I'm going to add 2 child tickets. And then we're going to put in 4 zipline tickets. So we'll do that right now. And notice as I start to build this transaction, the total at the top is $114.08. Remember, we're going to be doing a cart roll discount that gives you a 10% discount if you have more than $100 in a transaction. So I'm going to hit finalize. The system's smart enough to know that these 3 items together apply for a discount, and it takes the 10% off across the board. and we'll go ahead and wrap up this sale. So that's all for cart roll discounts. There's many different combinations and discounting things that we can do. This is kind of the tip of the iceberg here with cart roll discounts. Next, we're going to move on and talk a little bit about benefits and entitlements. Benefits and entitlements are highly configurable and can be set up in several different ways. They can be configured to provide limited or unlimited benefits. Expirations can be set to an exact date or rounded to the end of the expiration month. Benefits may be redeemed via a barcode scan, a swipe of a pass, or simply by looking up a pass holder's name at the point of sale. Perhaps the best part of this feature is that new benefits may be awarded at any time during the season to pass holders. This gives your marketing team an incredible amount of flexibility when designing programs to increase attendance and boost renewal rates. So let's go back to food and beverage and see how this works. The first thing we're going to do is open up a guest record, and we're going to open one up for Steph Curry. And we can see here his individual record in accesso Siriusware. The next thing I'm going to do is hit the pass inquiry button. And we can see here that Steph has one active pass. So I will double click on this, and it brings up the details dialog box for us. This has all the important information about the pass, including the date that it was sold, when it expires. But as we scroll down here, we can see all the benefits and entitlements that have been awarded to Steph. So he has some free tickets here, some free tours. But the thing that we're going to focus on today are these free drink items. A couple of things to note here. Steph was awarded 10 of these right here for the lifetime of his pass. He's used 2 of these, and he has 8 left. And in this list, we can see all of the different drinks that are available for this promotion. So now let's go back to our F&B sales station and see this in action. First thing I'm going to do is add a large juice to the cart, and I'm going to select the Add Guest button. Now, when the customer tells us they want to use one of their benefits, all we have to do is swipe their card. In this case, I'm just going to hand enter the number. And when I hit check, the system goes out and makes sure that Steph has that entitlement in his system, and he does, because it comes back with valid right here. Now I'm going to do one thing before I hit the save button. As I move the screen over, notice that the juice is $2.50 right here on the screen, but when I hit save, it changes that to a free juice. So essentially, Steph is trading in one of his free entitlements right now. So when I hit finalize and complete this transaction, one of those drinks has been removed from his file. So if we go back here and look up Steph Curry one more time, we should expect to see only 7 drinks remaining in his dialog detail box. So let's go in and make sure that that worked. And as we scroll down here, yes, we now have 7 remaining on his file. So that is it for the benefit and entitlement piece. Next, we're going to take a look at accesso Passport. So switching gears one more time. Here's our demo website called Mount Passport. To enter the store, we simply select the Ticket Passes button at the top. So as I do that, the new store is going to load here. And notice that the store pops out in its own self-contained overlay. So your customer can see everything on one page. No scrolling is necessary. Many other e-commerce solutions redirect you to different sites during the sales process. Here, the consumer never leaves your website. This allows you to avoid any confusion. Across the top of the page, you will find several tabs for each product family. You can see it starts with Plan a Day and ends with promo codes here. The same listing may be accessed by hitting the menu button here at the left. One more thing to note, any of these headings can be customized to reflect your own individual product mix. So we're going to start here on the Plan a Day tab, which gives you a full month calendar view with variable pricing. You can see in this example that a peak day like Sunday is very different than an off day like a Wednesday. So we're going to go ahead and highlight June 25th and hit the next button. So let's do that now, June 25th, hit the next button. I am now prompted to select lift ticket types and am offered an upsell on hot chocolate. So let's put a couple of things in the cart. I'll do 2 adults and 1 child, and we'll add this to the cart. This takes us directly to the checkout stage, or we can continue to shop with this blue button. At this point, I'm offered other items such as an upgrade to a season pass. Notice that all the imagery and all the content can be branded, especially for your resort. So that's just a quick look at buying lift tickets. I'm gonna go over here real quick, and we're just gonna clear the cart with a special promo code. And we're gonna start over with some season pass transactions. So what I'd like to do next is have a look at how quick and easy it is for a family of 4 to purchase their season passes on Accesso Passport. We have transformed a long and cumbersome process into a concise, easy to use workflow. The first thing we need to do is open the season pass portion of the site. I'm gonna select the unlimited pass with protection for 2 adults and 2 kids. So let's do that right now. I'm gonna hit buy now, and we'll do this for 2 adults and 2 youth. Again, everyone, as we go through this, please notice the content and all the imagery is completely customizable by you. So when I hit the next button, here's where I enter all the personal information for this family of 4. I'm gonna start off here with one of the primary adults. So we'll come in here and let's do Jeff Hudson. He is a male and he is gonna be born February 10th, 1980. We can put in his phone number here and we'll capture his email address as well. Now, I want to point out a couple of things here. In order to make this process very quick and easy, we can copy this information to other passes. Because in my sample, everyone here is going to be living in the same household. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that information to other passes. I'm going to put in my street address. And also notice another time-saving piece here. If I put in my zip code, the system automatically puts in the city and the state for us. I'm also going to use this address to when I check out for billing information, so I'll click here as well. Before I can continue, I just need to pick which season pass photo I'm going to use, which option. I can either upload a photo now, I can capture a photo, or I can take one at the resort, and that's what I'm going to do. So when I hit this and hit continue, the system moves me down to the second person. In this case, it will be Jeff's wife. So we'll put in Jen Hudson. She's a female born in June of 1981. And she shares the same email address with her husband. So we'll put all this in, those match, and we're gonna take her photo at the resort as well. Moving right along, we're at the first child here. So we'll do Jason Hudson. He's a male, born in September of, say, 2000. And he also shares an email address with his father. So we'll put Jeff's email in here again. And we'll take his picture at the park. Last but not least, we'll add the second child. Maybe this is Brent Hudson. He's male, and he is born in January of 1999. And let's just say that he prefers to have his own email address here instead of using his dad's. So we'll put that in, make sure that it matches up here. Oops. And then we'll move on to the next stage. So once I hit continue, the system moves me along to the next stage in the process, which is the liability release. And again, you have full control over this content. I'm going to click the understand button so I can continue. Here, we're given an option to either continue shopping to buy more items or to check out. I'm going to go ahead and select check out. And now we have a chance to review the cart. We can modify the cart here if we like. Notice that each pass has the pass holder name attached to it as we scroll down. You also have the opportunity to cross-sell and upsell here with hot chocolate and helmets. Next, when I hit checkout, this takes me into a 3-step checkout process. Notice at the top, we have our temperature bar here. I'm in phase 1 with shipping. So I'm gonna have these delivered to my mobile phone. So I'll select this option. When I continue, I can either pay with a major credit card or PayPal. I'm gonna stick with a major credit card. And next, we're gonna verify that the billing information is correct. And one more time, because this email address is so important, we're just gonna make sure that these all match. So there we go, everything's here. Next, when I continue, it's gonna ask me to put in my credit card number, which I'm gonna do right now. And we'll put in our number from the back of the card, our CVC number, and our month and date of expiration. At this point, we have one more chance to review the order. You can see here we have the billing information, the card we're using, all of our different passes, and our totals. So we have to click here to say that we agree, and then we'll go ahead and complete the order. So in just 1 second, that will process. You're left with 2 options here to review your receipt or print your tickets. And you can also click the green button here if you would like to start up a new order. So hopefully you've seen some of the tools that we have here to make that family season pass sale online a lot easier and a lot quicker for your customers. Lastly, I'd like to take a look at WTP reloads. This feature allows your customers with an existing RFID card or lift ticket to reload it with additional products. So if we visit the WTP section of the store, the customer is prompted to enter their existing WTP number. So let's do that right now. I'm gonna click here. You'll also notice a graphic showing the location of the number. We also provide that for ease of use down here at the bottom. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put in my WTP number here. So bear with me 1 second. And once I do this, I'll hit the continue button. The system goes out and verifies that number, and it's now loading any packages that are available for my card. And in this case, the only product offered is a 10-day pass. So to purchase this pass, I would simply hit next and walk through the same checkout process that we looked at before. So that concludes the demo portion of our webinar today. And we're gonna go back to the PowerPoint and finish up here real quick. Well, during today's webinar, we covered a lot of ground, and I hope you were able to walk away with a better understanding of how we can help your resort improve ticket sales, increase operational efficiency, and drive repeat visitation. At the end of the day, we are your partner. We only succeed when you succeed. At this time, we'd like to open the floor to any questions. Val, do we have any questions that have been submitted?
Thank you, George. Yes, we do. Our first question is, how does Passport work for existing guests or pass holders? How do they log in and what can they see in their account?
I don't think we have anything to show on that today with existing users, but someone can log in with a username and password, and they can see their personal information, such as their address and any passes that they have in the system. And everything is integrated with their in-house accesso Siriusware software.
Thank you. So our next question is, do cart rule discounts work in Passport?
Do cart rule discounts work in Passport? That's a really good question. Cart rule discounts will be coming out in the next release of Siriusware. So I'm not 100% sure on the answer to that if they work with Passport. But what we will do is get that answer for you, and we will get back to you with that answer.
Thanks, George. Our next question is, can you link one-risk waivers with Passport?
Yes, one-risk waivers are fully integrated with Passport as well.
Great, thank you. Our next question is, can our existing guest records be imported into Passport and WTP numbers for renewal?
The way that it works, since it's integrated with Siriusware, all the pass information, the customer information, and WTP information is stored in Siriusware, but since it's integrated and flows through the API, everything works with Passport.
Thanks, George. Our next question is Thanks, George. Our next question is Passport PCI compliant for security?
Absolutely. It is PCI compliant, correct, yes.
Great. And our last question today, can we set up a discount for a certain date on a specific item? And I'm thinking we're referring to the accesso Siriusware platform for this.
Yes, you can do that either with dynamic pricing, or you can do it with just the plain discounting in our system. And that's on the accesso Siriusware platform.
Wonderful, thank you. That was our last question for today. If there are any remaining questions, we'll be answering those individually.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Val. Well, everyone, we appreciate your time and thank you for joining us today, and have a great rest of your afternoon. Take care.